mama said, what?
Your mama said what?
Your mama said what?
Your mama said what?
Welcome. Good day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you and welcome to Your Mama Said What podcast. I am your sister V, one of the co-hosts of Your Mama Said What podcast. And with me is my sisters Sass and Jaylyn. So,
Hello.
Good morning, ladies.
Good day.
Or afternoon or evening. Sass, good day.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings.
Well, thank you for coming in and joining us on this discussion we are going to have. We're going to be talking about beauty. What is beauty to you? The reason I wanted to talk about beauty today is because I was scrolling through one of the platforms and I seen this story. It was about a little girl who her hair was probably falling out due to, it could have been anything. I'm not really sure what it was. Her hair was falling out for her, but she was getting teased in school and bullied in school. And it made me think about, I think it was a hairdresser was fixing up her hair so she can now, it's not looking like it's all patched up. So it looked beautiful, but she had such a beautiful little face. So I wanted to ask, this is a question, let's just talk about it. What do we put in our children to let them know that they are beautiful and it's not just something on the outside? What is it that we are teaching our children? Ladies, help me out here, because it hurt me, because the little girl was a beautiful little girl. She had a beautiful smile. That's what I seen first. I didn't even look at the hair. I seen a beautiful smile on her face. That was the beauty I seen in her. It had nothing to do with her hair. It had nothing to do with anything else, her clothes or whatever. But we know that children can be really hard on each other in school. So are we teaching our children to be able to know that their beauty is not just on the outside? Their beauty is what they have inside. Their beauty is how they are, how they act. So my question is, what do we think is natural beauty? Not even natural beauty. What do we think of as beauty? And how are we transforming that to our children? We have there's a whole lot of things that are out there that we can have our children do now. Of course, maybe years ago, there was times when there weren't any seeing ourselves on TV. And that's something that we have to show, because with me, I have 13 grandchildren and my grandchildren are all different. A lot of them look like me, but they are different. Some are light, some are dark. I have tall ones, I have short ones. They're all different shades, all different looks, but they are beautiful on the inside. How do we teach our children that? So Sister Sass and Sister Jaylyn, what is it that you think we should definitely be embedding in our children to let them know that they are beautiful inside? It's not necessarily only what it's on the outside. What is on the inside is what's important, and that is the beauty of us.
Well, I think that, and I have a little story that just happened less than 7 days ago. And my niece, who's 4, she was over for the weekend, and I was online, and she was near me, and she kept pointing to. I was looking at dolls for her because she didn't bring any dolls with her. So I was looking at dolls for her, and she was pointing to the ones that she has. Her hair is short, and so she was pointing to the ones that had the long straight hair. And I kept pointing to the little ones that looked like her with the little puffs, because she had puffs in her hair. And she's like, "No, that one, princess." And so I went out, and I actually bought her 2 dolls because I wanted her to see herself. And I think that even though, as you said, that there's more representation now, like in front of us, than it was when we were growing up, but I still think that there's probably a disconnect somehow. And personally, I think that if we're going to buy our children dolls, they should only look like us. Let them learn how to deal with people, other people that don't look like them outside of their home. But inside their home, they should only see themselves, and we should always tell them that they are beautiful. There's and I don't know who this person is, but I've seen a video in the past where this mother's doing her daughter's hair, and she's saying all these affirmations to her. You are beautiful. You are beautiful inside and out. And just the constant, she says she does this every day as she's combing her hair, as she's getting her ready for the day. She's telling her she's beautiful. So we have to constantly just keep pouring though that information inside of them, because once they leave our space, they're going to be hit with all types of things. And children are cruel. They are mean.
Yes, they are.
And they will tease you for the simplest thing. Yes. They will tease you, and mind you, they could be having the same, they could have the same, let's say, type of shoe, but if it's going to get them some attention or a laugh, they will tease another child about it. Right. And so we have to totally build them up while they're with us in our space, in their personal space, so that they know that no matter what hits me when I leave this space, that it can't touch me. And they may not be able to understand it at such a young age, but if we give them that, that wall, like, I'm beautiful and you can't tell me anything else, then I think that's a start.
Right. Absolutely. And that is it. I remember one thing that I remember that resonated with me when I was younger. It was an older woman. It was my mom's friend. And she said, I don't know what the discussion was, but we were talking about something. And she said, oh yeah, that lady is very pretty, but she ain't prettier than me. And I kind of took that in, and I'm saying, yes, you have to know and understand that you are pretty regardless of whatever somebody else looks like. Not necessarily to say that one is prettier than the other, but you have to be okay with yourself saying that you are pretty, you are beautiful, and this we have to give to our children as well too. Even to our grandchildren. I know, sometimes I see their moms, my grandchildren, their mothers will say, hey, beautiful, you're so beautiful. And that's something that we need to let them know, put it in their heads, show them. Yeah, it's not just about, again, the outside. You have to be beautiful on the inside, because again, and with social media as we have right now, people are not always seeing each other in person. They're texting, they're doing this, they're doing that. Sometimes you have to, it'll be in your voice. It'll be in how you are. It'll be in your personality. And we have to embed that into our children. The affirmations, yes, I've seen that all the time also too. That is great. And that is something that we absolutely need to continue to keep doing with our children. Sister Sash?
Yes. I'm glad you chose this subject to dwell into, because I grew up in an era where Black was not beautiful. Where if you were dark, you were looked at as being ugly. If you had curly hair, that was ugly and undesirable. You had full lips, that was just terrible, because all the pictures in front of us displayed Black people as clownish, with these exaggerated lips and nappy hair. And it was horrible, So I'm just so happy that now we're giving the self-esteem to our children and giving them that hedge to accept themselves. It's loving yourself. But I don't think parents who don't think that they're beautiful could instill that into children. If young children see mothers modifying themselves and not accepting themselves and really trying to fit into a different culture standard of beauty, it probably would be difficult to shore a child's spirit up. And children are really kind of mean with, so they will bully you about anything, any imperfection. You can have a bump or discoloration, you're going to have a hard time in school. So
And
I'm happy.
finish. I'm sorry. No, go
I'm
ahead.
happy. I'm happy to know that you saw a video of somebody combing the hair of a child and just putting those positive affirmations into their hair, because our hair is our root to the universe. That's beautiful. Well, that is really beautiful.
Mhm. And even with the women that do any kind of transformations on the outside, they are still, they have to, again, it has to be, it's not to say that they don't think that they're beautiful on the outside, but they can still be beautiful on the inside. And sometimes we just do this because it's a lot to do with peer pressure. It's a lot to do with what we're seeing in the media, why we feel we need to change, and even sometimes with work. Remember at one point, you had to be a certain way wearing certain things to work. I'll tell you, um, we have done a lot of interviews. I've done a lot of interviews over the years. And the way people come to an interview, it has changed so much from the time that when I started interviewing for a position, when I first started working. They'll come with different things that we may not have been accepting of back in maybe, let's say, 20 years ago. Like they'll come with nose rings. Nose rings are acceptable sometimes. Tattoos are acceptable, believe it or not. So these are things that are acceptable now that people do on their body, which is their form of beauty. And again, it's on the outside, but on the inside is the most, it can be the most beautiful part of you. And that is what most people bring out. Yeah, we change up some things. Sometimes we'll put on makeup, we'll put on eyelashes, we'll put on eyebrows, and try to make ourselves look pretty. But on the outside, but on the inside is our true beauty. It is our natural. If we're kind, we are giving, we are helpful. All of these is some forms of beauty. It is what you attract people to you because of your beauty. Again, sometimes people don't always see you because, again, our society has changed to everything is social media. Everything is online. Now we're into teleworking. So people are not necessarily face to face anymore. You're not getting that face to face, that energy anymore. So sometimes it happens, it has to be your voice is telling you about this person, what they're doing, how they are speaking, how they are interacting with you. That tells you about the beauty in them. So this is something, again, and my main thing is we have to make sure we're embedding this into our children as well too, because we want them to know that they have a natural beauty, regardless of whatever they decide they want to do as well too, change the color of their hair. It's okay, but know that your actual beauty is from the inside. You can be beautiful on the outside as well too, but your natural beauty is from the inside, and you want to be beautiful on the inside as well as on the out. And it's just, I just love the fact that story just resonated with me and made me think about it. Is this something that we're doing with our children? And I wanted to bring it in our discussion, and let's talk about it, because it's such a difference from when we grew up to what it is now. Some of us may not have always had that, getting that affirmations and telling you that you're beautiful. I mean, I'm thankful that I did have that, and it helped me to be more positive in the things that I want to do. Sometimes I might wear makeup, sometimes I won't, but I know the inside is absolutely beautiful, so I just think that is something that we absolutely just have to embed in our children. We have to continuously keep giving that to them so they can grow up and know that they are naturally beautiful and they can enhance themselves. It's okay. You can enhance whatever you may need to do. So totally up to you, whatever your liking is. I like to get my nails done too, but it's whatever we want to do. Yes, ma'am. Go.
In a non-sexual way. I don't like to see the sexualization of children that's permeate social media. I don't like seeing little girls with everything exposed, just looking just like many mothers, because they're too young to handle that type of attention that's going to come to them.
Right. Yeah.
I think that if you had a precious stone, you know, and you would cover it. If you had precious jewelry, you wouldn't want to display it. I saw a post on social media where the man said he asked his daughter, "Would you, if I brought you a new iPhone, would you get a case for it?" And she said, "Yes, of course." And he asked her why. He asked her, "Why would you get a case?" And he said, "To protect it." And he asked her why. She said, "Because I wouldn't want any scratches to get on it." So he said, "Well, don't you think you're more valuable than your iPhone?" Because the girl was like exposed. And he made the point that something valuable to you, you would cover up. So that's the only thing about the standards of beauty in this society. Often the children are sexualized, which leaves them open to predators. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sister Joy, Sister Jalen,
Uh,
you had.
I wasn't expecting this.
I know.
I apologize for laughing, but I was not expecting. Okay, and that's why we come from the hip.
Yeah.
I just wanted to kind of go back a little, but I think you may have said it kind of afterwards. I was going to ask a question because if someone chooses to change their hair color, to wear wig, to put a tattoo on them, or change their face, does that mean that they do not love themselves or do not see beauty in themselves, or they are, as you use the word, enhancing what they feel? So I want to know, but I'm putting out the question. If someone changes their hair color, puts a tattoo on them, changes their face, does that mean that they do not see the beauty in themselves?
I honestly, I don't think so. I guess we'll agree to disagree on that one. Okay, so go ahead. You go first. Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at Michael Jackson, how he changed his nose. I mean, when I first saw him, he had a big broad black nose, and that nose went to a little thin Caucasian nose because he had a lot of time and he had a lot of money on his hand, where he didn't have to accept himself. He could change himself into something that he felt was more acceptable.
Yeah. But again, was that because of his peers around him, what he thought was acceptable for them? And I can't say for him, but to me, I'm not saying that it can be both ways, is what I'm saying. They can not like themselves on the inside also, but some people, it's not that they don't think they're beautiful on the inside. It's just sometimes it could just be enhancement they want to do, changing up for certain things. Like we change our clothes, when we want to go to a certain event or something, we'll wear different things. So sometimes we may just want to enhance our clothing to go with possibly our makeup or with our hairstyle. But I don't think it means, let me just say myself, if I decide I want to change my hair color, it's not that I don't think I'm beautiful, because we know that ain't true. I think it's just because, well, not that I think, it's just because I like change. I like to change up a little bit. But since I have that option, I can do that. But I love who I am. It's not taken away from who I am inside, the beauty of me. So that is something that I can agree with you to an extent. Some people are, but then there are some people who do not. They just want to change up things a little bit because they want a variety, because we have that option now. But it doesn't necessarily mean that, again, that's on the outside. But the inside of me never changes. I'm still that beautiful person inside. I'm still that kind, that caring, that loving, that person inside. And that's the thing that we need to help our children to differentiate between. The beauty on the inside, not necessarily what's always on the outside. But that's my little thought and opinion on that.
And you must be in my thoughts, because I was going to I was going to comment about what you say, or maybe just ask the question that some, well, just because, like for instance, well, I don't color my hair, but if I'm getting braids in my hair, I may get a different color than my hair.
Mhm.
Does that mean that we don't like the way we look, so we put color or different color hair in our hair? What about when we get our hair braided? That's not natural. What does that mean, that we don't love ourselves when we do that?
Again, I say no. Does not mean that we don't love ourselves. It just means that we want variety. We want differences. But again, the beauty of the inside of me doesn't change. The outside, the surface may change. As we get older, our surfaces change. Does that mean that we are not the same on the inside? Hopefully we're growing and developing and maturing on the inside as well. But that is not a change. That is a growth and development. So does that mean that I'm still not beautiful because I'm getting older? Does that mean, okay, if I'm getting older, sometimes I may want to change the gray? I don't feel like wearing gray. I want to change it back to black. Is that mean that I don't love myself? Absolutely not. To me, again, this is my opinion, and we know there are people, again, both sides of that, both sides of that, where they don't love themselves on the inside, they don't feel beautiful on the inside, and then there are those that feel beautiful on the inside, but yet they still want to enhance, change, variety. So
Do what you want to do. If it makes you feel good about yourself and it won't affect your health, do it. But they're finding out that all these hair dyes causes cancer. All this relaxers, there are a lot of cases it causes cancer.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
My mama said
that's a whole
yeah,
nother,
my mama said that beauty's only skin deep, but ugly is to the bone. So put that out there.
Yes, that is a sound. I used to hear that as well too. Yeah. We used to hear that, but that is definitely something that that's probably another episode that we need to have and talk about that. But my thing is, what the main point is, though, that we have to teach our children about the beauty on the inside. And that is something that I'm challenging you all to ensure that you are doing. And let us know what you do with your children, whether it's a boy or a girl. What is it you're telling them? Are you telling them, oh, you handsome? Oh, you a beautiful little girl. Or, you a handsome young man. Are we telling them this? Are we constantly putting that in their head and letting them know? Whatever way, if your head may be square or maybe a little more chunky or chubby, you're still beautiful. You are. That's your beauty, okay? And you're beautiful. Right. So we have to continuously keep doing that with our children and letting them know, so that when they do go outside and these people are picking on them, they'll be like, whatever, I don't care what you say. My mama said I am beautiful, and I know who I am. So I am beautiful. And that's what we got to
tell yourself that too. Tell yourself when you look in the mirror, oh, you are gorgeous. Oh my goodness, look at my beautiful brown skin and my big lips.
Brown skin, yes. So thank you all. Any last words, Sister Sass, Sister Jaylyn, that we want to give to our listening and viewing audience?
Yes, I would like to say that we have to tell ourselves that we are beautiful also, because as strong as we may appear to be, that the world and people who we may meet may try to break us down as adults. So we need to constantly tell ourselves that also.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Yeah, Sister Sash, you had something?
That's right.
Kind of speaking at the same time. Did you have something else you wanted to?
You are all beautiful, my sisters. I have never been in the company of more beautiful women.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So yes, we are. And you are too, everybody that's out there listening. You are beautiful. make sure you are telling your children that as well too, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, even people you meet on the street. Sometimes there may be somebody out in the street that you just see going by. We have children that are in our neighborhoods, or that we see on a regular basis. Just say, hey, beautiful, how you doing?
Yeah.
And that may make their day. That may help them.
Yeah.
And that may resonate with them that, oh, I'm beautiful. Yeah, she said I was beautiful. Because just that one thing my mother's friend said resonated with me and helped me throughout my years. So words can be powerful. Words does matter. And we're going to take that on and do that. Make sure we do that with our children, our grandchildren, any children that we have. And especially with ourselves as well, too. Because you have to be confident in what you're telling your children. Okay? So this is Sister V from Your Mama Said What podcast.
Your mama said what? Sister Jalen.
Like, follow, subscribe, and friend. Your Mama Said What on all social media platforms.
Join us again. See ya. Beautiful people.
Your mama said what?
Your mama said what?
Your mama said what?
Your mama said what?
Your mama said what?